Uh, I don't think people understand quite what this means. Um, This is coming up in lieu of the past week or so of everyone going after Joe Rogan. I have said in the last video I did, I actually like Joe Rogan. I used him as an example, but there's a lot of things I don't like about him. But I don't want to cancel him. I like watching his podcast from time to time, depending on his guests. And anything I don't like, I don't consume it. It's that easy. So herein lies the problem: is you are free to say what you want, and this is a problem I have with far leftists. Is they like to spout, but you're not free of consequence. You're right. You are 100% right. But I don't think you realize what you're doing. Just please meet me halfway on this. Hopefully, by the end of this, you will understand what I'm saying. You may not like what Joe or anyone else says. Doesn't matter if you're far left, far right, somewhere in between. If you don't like what someone has to say, or they joke about, or whatever, or things they said in the past, canceling them for things that they said, whether it be in malice or in jest, leads us down a far slippery, sorry, I have a cut on my tongue, a worse downgrading slope than you thought. So this Joe Rogan thing, they tried attacking him first over vaccine misinformation. For sake of argument, let's say I 100% believe that. I don't 100% believe it, but I don't think he was giving good interpretations of his beliefs. Now, yet again, he's still giving his beliefs, but he talked to a bunch of doctors, and a lot of people didn't like what they had to say, especially legacy media. Now, they couldn't get him on that. Spotify still backed him. Now, in the past, as of today, yesterday, it came out December 5th, Joe Rogan had put out an apology about using the N-word in the past. Now, all the times I have seen Joe use the N-word, he used it in context. Now, in his apology today, he did say he should have said the N-word instead of actually saying the word. I totally agree with that. He fucked up. Just like Kevin Hart fucked up with making gay jokes back in the day. And everyone's gotten back on his boat, mostly everyone. We all grow as people. But this is this is obviously a thing to cut down Rogan. Whether it be by the government, because I know people are trying to get the government to shut him down. Obviously, legacy media is trying to shut him down. And the consequence of shutting Joe Rogan down, or anyone down that you don't like, no matter what side of the aisle you are on, you're giving power to the more power to the people that have power. So what you're doing with our free speech is now you're making it even less free. We don't have 100% free speech. There are some, restrictions on it, but we can say pretty much whatever we want as long as we're not like causing violence, harm to people. And by the way, if you're offended, that's not harm. That's being offended. That gets you nothing. It's part of life. So, and this is, I'm not making this video because of Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is going to be fine no matter what. But what I'm making this about is people don't understand that if we let the people in power have more power that they already have over us, we're going to end up 100 years back, maybe more. We're going to end up this is going to be another people leaving England and finding a new land so they're not, paupers and treated like shit so they can have freedom. The people with power already have too much power. So whether you like or dislike someone and you find something offensive, let it offend you. Don't consume that thing anymore. It's that simple. Me and a friend, actually last night, and a handful of friends after their podcast, had a discussion about this. And this was obviously before the Joe Rogan apology about the N-word. Is where do we draw the line? Because millions of people watch them. Like, where's the responsibility on the person stop? It's 100% on the person. If you listen to Joe Rogan or CNN or Fox News or MSNBC without taking a full look at everything, I'm sorry, you're the problem. It's not Fox News, MSNBC, ABC News, whatever. Joe Rogan. You don't have the ability to go search for answers. You only have the ability to look in one room and then echo chamber that room. That's your fault. It is not the news's fault. It's not podcasters' fault. It is on yourself to research, study, or make your own opinions on things. You can't blame it on the people in the media. You can't do it. Have some personal responsibility. That's like me blaming someone that watches this on me being fat. There you go. Well, I saw a fat person on the moving picture, so that made me fat. No. This is some bad choices I made in my life. That's on me. So please, before you go running out and go canceling people, think about your free speech, your canceling free speech, or canceling Joe Rogan or an Andrew Schultz or anyone else. Think about the consequences of that. Would you rather be offended or take away your rights to free speech? If you find any value in what I just said, please share this out. Please like it. I might even ask you to subscribe to me, because this, I think, makes the most sense out of anything that I've said. And I think people need to hear that. I think people need to realize that when they want to say, oh, you're free to say whatever you want, but there's consequences, you're right. There is. And those consequences can go further than you expected. It's not just about getting someone that hurt your feelings canceled. It's about getting your rights to be able to say what you want to say taken away. So please, this isn't me on Joe Rogan's dick or someone that you find offensive, to save them. This is to save your right to free speech. Be offended. Take some personal responsibility. Like and share this out. That's all I got to say.